every second, every minute. Man, I swear that she can get it. Saying, if you a bad bitch, put your hands up high. Hands up high. Hands up high. Tell them dim the lights down right now.
The hospitals are closing, but no one is talking about it. So I figure I'll just shed a little light on the situation because I had ran across a couple videos on TikTok and it really caught my attention how this is not getting around. No one is speaking of it. Then I thought about the situation because for the past year of me working in the hospital, I started seeing a couple things that showed me, maybe my hospital might be closing down. A few things that I had seen when coming into the hospital. They literally just shut down a whole clinic that was inside of the hospital. They didn't give no fair warning. They just came in and they literally closed the whole clinic down, okay? Which made us short on bringing more labs into, I should say, drawing more specimen, having enough for the lab technicians to do. So we had to cut down on, like, you know, hours and different things like that. That was one of the first big eye catchers that happened, I think, toward the end of last year. We were all at shock. We kind of seen it coming, but it was just a little, you know, little buzz around the hospital. But when they actually did it, it made us all just catch our breath. Okay, another thing that has been happening a lot lately for the phlebotomists that are working in a hospital, the PCTs are learning how to do our job. Okay, now that we see that they're learning how to do our job, we're looking around like, what do they need us for at this point? Okay, they're stating that the reason why they're learning how to do our job is because it's very few of us there, and when one call out, they have no one to help the nurses with the draws. Okay, I understand to a certain extent, but they're only making them take 1-day courses, literally 1-day courses to become a phlebotomist, and they're in there trying to do our jobs. By the time we get to our job, after they finish playing with the patient, as I call it, they have blown every vein, and now we're struggling trying to get our job done, something that we actually put work into and actually went to school for and actually did the classes and learned the book work and got very educated behind what we actually are doing. So that was another red flag that I seen, that okay, if they get rid of us, then what? You know, they've already cut our hours. They've already started teaching someone else our job within a day, which we all know, you know what I'm saying, you cannot learn that in a day, but they are putting it out there as if you can become a phlebotomist in a day. I don't know where they're getting that information from, but that's what they're doing in our hospital. Another red flag is that, like I said, the hours are being cut left and right. For me, I just feel like as a hospital being open 24 hours, when I first started there, it was really easy to get hours. You can just pick up shifts. The hospitals stay open for 24 hours. So I was just like, this is a big pro of being in a hospital because the doors are always open. And if you need extra income, you don't have to worry about going to a whole nother hospital or going to a whole nother location. You can actually just pick up a shift and feel like you're secure within your job. That's not the case anymore, you guys. I feel like being in a medical field, that the security that we had, you know, coming into the medical field, stating like, oh, you know, they're always going to need, you know, healthcare is always going to need us, you know what I'm saying? It's the roles are shifting, you know what I'm saying? The hospitals are closing. People are venting about it. People are posting about it, and no one is speaking up and saying anything. I work at a community hospital, so of course I'm seeing all these red flags, and it's just ringing an alarm in my ear like, maybe my hospital is finna close. Okay, I've thought about all the different little things that has been going on, and I'm just like, this could be it. This could be really what's going on. Recently, I just got a text message about a day ago or whatever stating that, oh, you know, during Memorial Day week that the hours will be cut due to low productivity. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, okay. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Who would like to volunteer not to come in this economy? Who not volunteer? Who really want to volunteer not to come in? You know what I'm saying? As if we don't have bills that need to be paid. So I was just like, this is something is going on. With that being said, you guys, I just wanted to bring this to your attention and show y'all a couple videos that I had came across just to spread the word. Maybe the healthcare field has always been a secure spot for people, but looking into the future, I really don't feel that way anymore. You know what I'm saying? I really do feel that things are just taking, you know, a turn. I don't want to say for the worst, but things are just not what it used to be. So if you have another way to provide for yourself, or if you're looking into getting, you know, if you have different talents, you know what I'm saying? If you're looking into starting a YouTube channel, or, you know what I'm saying, just doing shorts, or just going on to TikTok, maybe you should take that road, you know what I'm saying? Or not even if you're just a full-blown social media person. There's other things you can do besides just getting thrown into the healthcare field. And like I said, the job security is just not there anymore, you guys. And like I stated in my last video, we're very short staffed. You know, not only that we're short staffed, now the hours are being cut. And, you know, when things start happening like that, now, you know, it can turn into a panic, because now you're trying to figure out how you're going to pay your bills, how you're going to, you know, get things together. You know, as a parent, you know, I have 3 children. I'm sure if you've watched my channel, all y'all are aware. But, I enjoy, you know what I'm saying, being able to feel comfortable with having job security, and that's another reason why I decided to go into the healthcare field. But even as you can see, even the biggest hospitals are being shut down, you guys. I just wanted to shed a little light onto the situation. I didn't want to, this is not a panic, this is not trying to scare anyone, but it's always good to be aware of what's going on in your surroundings, in your community, just so you can be at least a step ahead, maybe even 10 steps ahead. So I'm going to play a couple clips, and let me know how you guys feel about this down low in the comment section. If you enjoy more videos like this, or you just want to talk more about the things that's going on in the healthcare field, drop that down there as well. And do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys. And then
So here I am walking into my last shift in the emergency department. And it's not because I'm retiring. I wish it was because I was retiring. Actually walking into my last shift here in Delaware County, Pennsylvania, because the company that owns this hospital and another hospital in Chester, PA, are shysters and criminals and have stolen everything. When you make over $250 million as a CEO of a company, and then you close hospitals for people in need in communities that are fairly densely populated, including a trauma center, people are going to die. And that's what's going to happen. And these people should be held accountable. Thousands of people are losing their jobs by the end of this week, beginning of next. It's a disgrace. I've been in the medical field for 35 years, and I've worked in the emergency room now for over 22. There's nothing else you can say about it. It's a sad day. It's a sad day for Delaware County, Pennsylvania. It's a sad day for all the staff.
Layoffs are happening and hospitals are closing. Here's a list of 5 hospitals I know y'all didn't know closed, that closed in March and in April of 2025. First is the East Ohio Regional Hospital, that closed March the 20th. Then the Mid-Coast Medical Center in Texas, that closed April the 25th. Also, the Christ of Santa Rosa Hospital closed April the 20th, that is located in San Antonio in Texas. United Medical Center in Washington, D.C. closed April the 15th. Last, the Insight Hospital and Medical Center in Warren, Ohio, that was closed down in March, and they're not sure if they're going to open back up. And there are still 4 more hospitals that are going to close in both May and June of this year. And nobody's talking about the amount of layoffs. Literally, people aren't just going from one hospital, working there, transferring to another. People are getting laid off, not having nowhere to work. Doctors that went to school for years, nurses who went to school for years, receptionists, people who have been working their jobs for no telling how long, now have no job. Like, we're not talking about it enough. I don't know what's going on. We need to be speaking on this.
So I work in healthcare, and Hong Kong just announced yesterday that they were completely stopping all postal service to the United States.
Who did that?
Hong Kong.
Hong Kong, okay.
And we get 50% of all of our medical supplies and 91% of our medications from China. So hospitals are going to close.
Yeah.
What immediate action will you take to stop this? Hospitals are going to be immediately crippled as soon as next week.
I've seen that all the hospitals and stuff are shutting down. It's no cap. 3 has shut down in my area, and I live in a little small town, so I know it's facts. What if they're trying to shut down all the hospitals, start some shit, and then introduce that new Neuralink, like, oh, we might not have the supplies because of the stuff that's going on with Hong Kong, but we got this Neuralink that'll fucking heal you. What if they do that? I'm just trying to figure out why are they doing this shit that they're doing, because it's like it makes no sense.
I don't know if y'all aware of what's going on. You might not, especially if you're not in the Delaware County area, but Crozier, Springfield Hospital, Taylor Hospital, a slew of doctors' offices are closing. And it is, honestly, it's scary because with everything that happens, especially in Chester and the surrounding areas, what are we gonna do? I don't live in Chester anymore. I live in Philly. But my family's in Chester. And it's like, what the hell is going on? How did it get to this point? How did it get to this point?
Anywho, another thing I want to talk about, and this hopefully, they closed a hospital in the city where I'm from. The only hospital to service the citizens of Chester, Pennsylvania has been closed. And I don't hear enough people talking about it, because how can you close a hospital in a city and basically leave all the residents for dead? That's how it feels. Like, where, number one, 2,700 people lost their jobs. Several of my friends have lost their jobs. They're not giving them any severance, any back pay. They owe them money from taking out of their 401k. You have one of the top-notch trauma centers and burn units that people come from around the world to being closed. In a city that is plagued with violence, right? You close the one hospital with a trauma center. The other day, somebody died, literally died, got shot. They went to the hospital. They turned him away because they're closing, sent them to another hospital, and he died. Saving lives is about time. And if it takes you 20 to 30 minutes to get to the nearest hospital versus 10 to 5, your days are numbered. Your days are literally numbered, and the time that you have is thin. Not to mention all of the patients who now have to find new primary care physicians, myself included. But think about the older people who don't have access to transportation, who have to go to their primary doctors, and now they can't get there. There's no ambulance in the city because the hospital ran the ambulances, I don't know how you pronounce it, whatever. How are these people going to survive if something happens to them? If they have a heart attack, get shot, a medical emergency? This is crazy. This is ridiculous. I don't know how this can happen. It feels very illegal.
A lot of people aren't talking about this yet, but Hong Kong is going to stop using the U.S. Postal Service on April 27th as a reaction to these tariffs, and this is going to kill people. It is going to quietly kill thousands of people because we get so much medical supplies, prescription drugs out of Hong Kong's ports. And PPE stuff, diagnostic tools, things hospitals rely on. This is going to have huge disruptions to our medical supply chain. And if a diabetic doesn't have insulin in 48 hours, they could fucking die. There are a lot of people that could die if things like that are halted. I asked ChatGPT to give me a breakdown of what this could look like in deaths, and it doesn't look good. Its estimate is that in 1 to 3 months, this could kill around 5,000 people. In over a year, this could kill 100,000 people. And in things like a natural disaster, a pandemic, this would be even worse. Like after Hurricane Maria, like 3,000 people died, not because of the storm, but because they couldn't get medical supplies and their prescriptions and shit. I'm not being dramatic. This is real. And this will kill a lot of people silently. A lot of people won't pay attention and keep track of the deaths that will be caused by this. We need to put pressure on Trump to end these tariffs because this trade war that's going on will kill Americans.
Every second, every minute, man, I swear that she can get it. Saying,